Solid, German under-23 champion this year, but she hasn't broken 23 seconds, and that's a tough old lane draw for somebody who is, in many respects, an outsider. Shericka Jackson, the Jamaican 200 champion this year, working on her speed this year. She's better known as a 400-meter runner. She has run 49.83 a couple of years ago. It's her birthday tomorrow, Jackson. Will she give herself an early present? This will be the athlete who might stop it, Jenna Prandini, the US champion, third in Rabat on Friday, to Miller Weibo and Asher Smith of Great Britain. Nina Asher Smith. Jennifer Gallet of France goes in 5. Third in the French Championships, Jennifer Gallet. Anna-Kiel Basinska, semi-finalist of the World Championships 3 years back. Went out in the heats in this stadium last year, but 3 times the Polish champion. Good lane draw for her, lane 4. Beth Dobbin, well, she's in fabulous form as the 24-year-old rather, excuse me, UK champion at the beginning of this month in a new personal best. She missed the Commonwealth Games qualifying time for Scotland by 1/100th of a second, but boy oh boy has she come back with a vengeance. Her last 4 200s have been personal bests. Inside the Britain in 3 is Gulfen Huang, or Huang Gulfen. She goes in 2, only 20 years old, better at 400 metres. And then on the inside, Justine Palfreman, 6th in the 400 yesterday and 7th in the 4x400 metres relay for South Africa. This is her 3rd race of the weekend for Palfreman on the inside. Well, Shericka Jackson, there she is. Perhaps starts as marginal favourite on paper ahead of Jenna Prandini. She's in lane 7, the Jamaican. Suffered a slight blip in Lausanne last week. She was only 3rd in 22.8. But birthday tomorrow, what a good time to give herself a big result. That line up from the inside again. Palfreman of South Africa in 1, Huang of China in 2, Dobbin of Great Britain in 3, Kiel Basinska of Poland in 4, Gallet of France in 5, then Jenna Prandini, the US champion, in 6. Jackson in 7 in that yellow vest of Jamaica, Vesoli in 8 for Germany, but Prandini is blasted off and already has passed Jackson. Well, she's better known as a 400-meter runner, Shericka Jackson, for Jamaica in that yellow. Will she come back here at Prandini? The American being closed down. They're way ahead at the moment. It's going to be very tight. The Jamaican's coming. She's getting closer. She's going to get there, and she takes it by a metre. Both of them 3 or 4 metres ahead of the 3rd placer. What a wonderful race. Prandini maybe expended too much energy in the first 50 or 60. She absolutely blasted out of the block. She ran it like a 100 metres round the bend. And I know, Tony, you'll have a view on what she might have done right or done wrong in that one. But Shericka Jackson was hunting her down, wasn't she? She's the bronze medalist from Rio over 400 metres, and she ran it like a 400-metre runner. Really patient there through the second half and through the last 50 especially.
I think the instruction have been there to get out hard, try and break the stagger on the outside, put the others under pressure. But like you say, if you expend too much energy, you're not putting your hips in the right place, not coming home particularly well. Let me talk to somebody who knows more about 200 metres than me. Catherine, what do you say?
It went completely to plan.
Can you remember that long ago, Kat?
I can indeed. I can remember running nearly that fast, but not quite. Your short sprinter, Jenna Prandini, got out like a rocket, and the strength and the speed endurance of Jackson with that 400-metre speed endurance just clawed her back. It was a wonderful race. The world number 2 against the world number 4. These are 2 of the fastest women in the world over this distance, and it was a wonderful race that we hoped. Look at the technique, holding her form. Jackson's not tired. She usually runs 400 metres, but that's a good turn of speed. Look at what she clawed back over the last 60 metres. And I can tell you as a sprinter, you're like, she's coming, she's coming. They will know Shericka Jackson's coming with her 400-metre strength. That was a brilliant race.
But if you watch Prandini coming off the turn, she doesn't get up. She sort of runs into the bend instead of using the centrifugal force and coming tall.
Shericka Jackson reaffirmed her status as one of the premier sprinters of modern track and field with a breathtaking display in this 200-meter contest. The race brought together a strong field, including Jenna Prandini of the USA, Beth Dobbin of Great Britain, and France's Jennifer Gallet. Yet, the spotlight centered mainly on the anticipated showdown between Prandini and Jackson, 2 of the top athletes over this distance. Prandini launched off the blocks with her trademark explosive start. Famous for her quick acceleration, she seized an immediate advantage, attacking the curve with determination. Treating the event almost like a 100-meter dash, she threw everything into the opening phase, trying to distance herself from the field. Meanwhile, Jackson adopted a measured strategy. Running from lane 7, she drew on her 400-meter background to stay composed, maintaining a smooth and efficient stride throughout the curve. As they approached the home straight, the effects of Prandini's aggressive start began to show. Despite leading for most of the race, her form deteriorated after the bend. Rather than using momentum to power ahead, she struggled to keep her form upright. Jackson, by contrast, remained composed. With about 60 meters remaining, she shifted gears and began closing the distance with her trademark finishing strength. In the final meters, Jackson's superior endurance and technique were impossible to ignore. While Prandini visibly tightened up, Jackson glided forward with her powerful, effortless stride. Her execution was nearly perfect, a reflection of years of honing her abilities in the longer sprints. She passed Prandini with authority just before the finish, sealing the win with an emphatic surge. By the time Jackson crossed the line, she had carved out a comfortable margin, further cementing her status as one of track's elite finishers. This performance offered another illustration of why athletes with a 400-meter pedigree often excel in the 200 meters. Jackson's foundation in the longer sprint provided her with critical endurance, allowing her to hold top speed while others faltered. Her ability to stay patient and execute under pressure remains one of her greatest competitive advantages. Reflecting on Jackson's journey, this race marked an important chapter in her shift from a 400-meter specialist to a dominant force in the half-lap event. Over the following years, she continued to rewrite history, ultimately recording a breathtaking 21.41-second personal best in 2022, making her the second fastest woman ever over 200 meters. Her progression highlights her adaptability and tireless work to perfect her sprinting craft. As anticipation builds for future championships, particularly the Paris Olympics, Jackson stands out as a major contender. Although injuries have occasionally disrupted her momentum, she has shown tremendous resilience, returning stronger after each setback. Should she continue to refine her strengths and maintain her health, the world record may soon be within her grasp. The 2018 race offered a glimpse into the greatness that would define Jackson's career. Her ability to chase down rivals and dominate the closing stages has established her as one of the most thrilling sprinters of her era. Whether competing in the 100 meters, the 200 meters, or revisiting the 400 meters, one thing is certain: Shericka Jackson remains an unstoppable force on the global sprinting stage. Jackson's journey serves as a blueprint for resilience, adaptability, and excellence in athletics. She has proven that with hard work, strategic race planning, and unwavering self-belief, it is possible to reinvent oneself and dominate at the highest levels of competition. Each season, she continues to inspire not just fans but also the next generation of athletes who see in her the perfect blend of power, speed, and tactical intelligence. Her legacy is still being written, and the best may be yet to come.